Let's continue with question interpretations, and we are going to take a question from 1984. And the question is: justify the assertion that Big Brother is watching you. Here, we want students to understand that the question is about the omnipresence of Big Brother, who happens to be everywhere, although he is not physically present in the novel. The novel is about monitoring. It is also about the desire to stay in power, thereby making everyone not to feel safe. Big Brother watches everyone to be assured that his power is intact and that the people continue to show loyalty to party ideology and to his person. To justify that Big Brother is watching you, each home in Oceania, in Airstrip 1, has a telescreen which monitors the gestures, the movements and actions which are considered contradictory to party ideology. When Winston Smith gets into his apartment at Victory Mansions, we are told that he writes down with Big Brother in his diary, and this is captured by the telescreen. And he knows that this is committing thought crime, which is one of the most dangerous crimes in Oceania. Winston already knows that his life is in danger, but it is now a matter of time when he will be caught and executed. It should be noted also that telescreens are found everywhere, at the ministry, on the streets, on the squares. And for Winston to have an opportunity to have a discussion or a conversation with Julia, they have to go and mask themselves among the crowds at Victory Square. That's to tell you the level at which people are being watched. Secondly, members of the inner party and the outer party are monitored, and no one knows what the other does in the offices in which they find themselves, like in the Ministry of Truth. Everyone is suspicious of the other. This explains the reason why Winston doubts and wonders if Julia is a spy, because he sees her almost everywhere where he goes, until when she will reveal to him through the note that she loves him, and they will start their love affair. It is only at the Ministry of Love that Winston finally learns that he had been monitored for 7 years by O'Brien. Everything that he has said, every action that he has committed, they have it on tape and on audio. Therefore, we understand that no one is safe in Oceania. Thirdly, the party also monitors parents through the use of their children who have been brainwashed by party ideology under the banner of young spies. The children eavesdrop their parents' conversation, monitor their movements and actions, and if they find them contrary to party ideology, they have to report them to the thought police. This is how Mr. Parson finds himself at the Ministry of Love, because he had been betrayed by his own very children. When Winston visits the Parson apartment to help fix Mrs. Parson's sink, the children shout at him, considering him a traitor. And Mrs. Parson herself is afraid of her own children, who are so agitated because they had not been allowed to witness the hanging of the prisoners at the park. In addition, this party spent so much money on putting up a monitoring mechanism rather than invest the money in the welfare of the people. The party has a strong thought police. We are talking about a police state, and everyone is a spy. Mr. Charrington looks very hospitable, innocent. Yet, it's only at the end that Winston comes to realize that Mr. Charrington is a member of the thought police. In like manner, Winston sees in O'Brien a companion in rebellion and even dreams about him, meeting him in the place in Golden Country, and also O'Brien telling him that they will meet at the place where there is no darkness. He is so enthusiastic and optimistic that at least for once there could be someone who shares the same thoughts with him and with whom they can start a rebellion. But it ends up in O'Brien's apartment, where O'Brien makes him to carry out a mock ritual of initiation into the brotherhood, only to find out at the end that the thought police is headed by O'Brien. O'Brien also tells him that part of the book which he had given to him to read, which is considered a dangerous document written by Goldstein in quotes, some of the chapters are actually written by O'Brien. So therefore, O'Brien can be the group of people who incarnate the power of Big Brother. The rented room becomes a trap because there's a telescreen behind the picture which hangs upside down, and it is this element which is used to catch Winston red-handed, because all his actions and all his words have been eavesdropped, and he only ends up at the Ministry of Love. Big Brother's picture is found everywhere, and as Winston climbs up the stairs of Victory Mansion, the big giant poster's eyes follows him like it does to every citizen on the streets of Strip 1, which is a reminder that whatever thing you do, you are being monitored or watched, thereby making the people to live in perpetual fear. And this pushes them to show a certain forced loyalty to Big Brother. We also realize that the picture of Big Brother being found everywhere creates a myth that makes Big Brother look like a very caring leader. That makes people to have the false impression that Oceania cannot exist without Big Brother. And this is the use of propaganda. Generally, you should understand that the novel is about totalitarianism.